This one is pretty cool. Looks like a somewhat vintage, but not too old. Let's open it up. So this is a top clips. Looks like they're showing for the boat, but as you can see, simple instruction. Just how do we pull it out? Like this, and then we're gonna put it to the top. So for example, you got a top, one of those thinner tops, and then put it to one side, and then just pull it on this side too, and it will slide in. There you go. And then just kind of adjust it and turn it. There you go. That way it will be nice and tight in there. And then you're going to go up your bungee cord. Ooh, that plastic is not super stone, so I would put it to here. Much better. Yeah, it sits in there really tight, so that way you can hook it up pretty much anywhere. So it's a pretty cool gadget. Got it here. Wetfire is probably one of the best Tinder fire starter. So check this out. So it looks like a little kind of like mint. You open it up and that's your fire starter. Let's put it in the water. Like they say, wet fire, it should burn in the water, on the water, whatever. The only thing I might have to do is crush it up a little bit. Maybe it's easier to crush it up a little bit inside of the pocket, then break it up and pour it all out. We'll do 2 tests. I have a little bit of water in here, and as you can see, it floats. And so what we'll do is hold this and stack it. Oh, and it's going. How amazing is that? You see, it floats in the water, on the water, and it burns. Obviously you won't be starting campfire in the water, but it's just an example how good of a fire starter it is. And this is why it's called wet fire, because it will burn a very moist areas, no problem. And again, you're wondering how to put this out, just grab water, splash it a little bit, and you see it puts it out pretty easily with a little bit of water. It's no big deal. So it's raining a little bit. Another question is, let's see the burn time, just real quick. There you go. Let's time it. Minute and a half into it, and as you can see, it's burning early stone. Check this out. So almost 2 minutes, plenty of time to get the fire going. So there's no point checking how much longer it will burn, obviously. A little bit windy, no problem. Let's crunch it up a little bit. Oh yeah. If you want a bigger flame to dry out a bunch of small tinder sticks, you can crunch it up. It'll burn faster, but that way you can get the fire going that is moist, like right now. Light mini keychain flashlight activated by the magnet. As soon as you pull it out, it turns on. So what we're going to do today is a brightness test in a complete darkness. I love that. So you pull this out, this stays on your keys, and you have a tiny little keychain. What I love about it, that is very easy to use. It's tiny, it doesn't take too much space. It activates and deactivates by the magnet. So very easy to use. It's incredible how small that flashlight is. It has a really nice spot from far away, more of a spotlight. But look at it, you can see stairway, everything. And if you wanna point into something far, it is very bright from far away. That is amazing. Kinda like this one a lot, because it can illuminate very far away, so you can see where you're going, not just in front of you. But it's just different type of flashlights. Look how far we are, and look how tiny that is. Incredible. I don't know if you guys can see it. It is such a small flashlight, but it is, wow. Look how far you can see. amazing. And it's wide enough too. It's not just like a spotlight. Look at that. It illuminates everything. Incredible. Let's step back a little bit. Boom, look at the garage. The whole garage illuminates with this tiny flashlight really well. Very easy to replace batteries, don't have to recharge it. Kinda nice because if you have extra batteries you don't have to worry about recharging and waiting a couple hours to recharge your flashlight to use it. That's why it's kinda nice to have replaceable batteries, not rechargeable, because you just drop the old ones in, put new ones in, and a flashlight ready to go. I have 11 million subscribers. This video, this gadget did not get 11 million views, so I'm sure a lot of people have not seen this video. So you light it, you put it under water, take it out, shake off the water, and it burns again. Isn't that crazy? So again, put it under water, burns under water, and it's shake it off, it burns again. It's pretty awesome. Somebody had the biggest concern ever. What are you going to do? How do you put the lighters out if they're burning even underwater? Very simple solution. Keep it in the water, and as you can see, it will just gonna do this bubbling and burn out after a while. That's it. You see, it went out if you just keep it there. So yes, you can still put them out with water. They're not just gonna get the water on fire. I didn't know I actually had to explain that. Again, you see, light it, put it under water, burns, shake it, burns again and again. If I want to put it out, just keep it under water and it will just bubble out underwater and be done. You see? Very easy to put them out if you have to. Just have a cup of water with you. It will like burn out or like extinguish itself underwater. Got it here, big boy folding saw. This one is the camping edition. Check this out. What we're going to do is cut up a bunch of firewood for camping. So there's a nice logs. Look how well it does. One-handed, I can do two-handed because the whole thing is big enough, the handle. Look how well it cuts through such a big log. But what we'll probably need to do is split it. Instead of chopping it, you probably wanna cut it with a folding saw and then chop it up. This is how you split firewood while camping. Cut it up with a folding saw and then you heat it to the side right here with your camp axe. And as you can see, it cuts through and then you don't have to worry about heating your axe on the rocks. You just get it into the other wood. We'll try it with the bigger logs here in a minute. But there you go. Not bad. It's pretty nutty right here. Yeah, let's go try it with the much better logs. And hit it this way. So that way it's pretty protected. Might have to hit it a couple of times, but you see when you go through it, it stops it right here. So you don't damage your axe. So let's say you cut it up with a folding saw and then you need to chop a bunch. There you go. Ooh. There you go. Sometimes take a couple of times, but we got this. Nice.